First, what is effective communication? It's about understand the emotions behind information, more than just an exchange of information. It's a great way to improve your relations and feel secure about yourself and will make the other person feel understood. Some skills you need to have an effective communication are to become an engaged listener, the ability to see and read the nonverbal information, keep your stress in check, and assert yourself. To be an engaged listener, it is important to pay all your attention to get the information from the other part in a way that person knows that has your attention. You can give this information by making gestures with your head, like meaning yes, and saying little words to inform that you are really into the conversation. And the other part will cap this and will be motivated to continue talking. If you notice that the other person is losing interest in the conversation, you can make questions about the story or the information, even if you already know it's real or it's the answer. This can work to show your interest and will help the other person with the confidence. Other aspect to improve is your non-verbal communication. It's very important because it's going to amplify the information in the conversation, adding usually an emotional spectrum to the interaction. It is important to match your body language to your speaking in order to give force and coherence to your speech, or make the other person understand your feelings and what do you want to show apart your words. Always according to the context. When you talk in public, for example, it is a must to avoid negative body language, like hands in the pockets or standing weakly, because everyone will notice when you're nervous. Reading the body language of other people is important for the same reason. If you want to have a complete panorama of the situation, you have to be attentive to the non-verbal signs to complement the words and get not only a speaking message, but to have an idea of the emotional state too. It's also important to keep your stress in check all the time. It's understandable that you can be nervous or calmed in a certain moment, but the key is to know yourself and also know how to return to a calm state. This is a must, because when it isn't like that, you can regret of things that you can say and actually not mean, maybe. And also it returns to calm to the other person or the audience. Some tools for improve the stress control are to distract the senses, looking for humor in the situation. It will always be good in a conversation because it relieves the stress in both parts of the communication, so it's a good way. It's kind of hot in here, so I'm gonna take this out. And last but not least, it's very important to assert yourself. That's a key of confidence and help the audience or the others to understand you easier and clearer. It's important to not be hostile and take feedback in a positive way. Those skills work together for the proper delivery of information. But this is a process which involves not only the knowledge of the skills for an effective communication, but the message itself. You have to be sure of what you want to communicate and then give a message with extreme attention to the speech and the body language. It's important to read the audience or the other person in order to be empathic and add an emotional component to the interaction to drive it better. The idea is to apply all this knowledge to every little talk in your life. Be a good communicator will always help while you interact with someone in every scenario, and it's a good tool to be kind with people because you never know how the other person is feeling, and practicing the expose today can make the difference in your attitude and in how it reflects to people you are talking to. And obviously, when it will help a lot when you have to be persuasive, for example, or drive an audience to entertain them. When you have in count how your body is moving and how loud your voice is sound, you can control it according to the situation and appear and secure and confidence, which reinforces the message. And also with asserting, you can give the speech that secure and confidence you show with the body language and making the total of an effective communication. And this is my third task for English 8. Thank you, teacher Edgar, for this class. It was very productive and the tutoring sessions were funny and a great atmosphere. So thank you and goodbye.